Good afternoon, everybody. Speak without the microphone, but since it's transmitting to locations far away from here, we'll use the microphone. Well, for those of you who I haven't had the privilege of meeting, my name is Stan Carrizosa, and I serve as Superintendent President for College of the Sequoias. And it's truly a privilege today to be able to welcome you here for this official announcement ceremony. We're here on the College of the Sequoias Hanford campus to make a very special announcement of an important accomplishment and, from our standpoint, a significant milestone for the College of the Sequoias district. Many of you are aware, of course, that our beautiful Hanford Center has been here for a number of years now, but you'll also recall perhaps that back in 2006, the local area taxpayers passed a bond measure initiative, Measure C, and Measure C was a commitment on the part of the local Hanford area residents to pay additional property taxes in order to construct a community college center in their corner of the district. And so because we didn't have any official state status at that time, we weren't eligible for state matching funds for that construction. But when faced with that challenge, the Hanford community decided it was important enough to them to fund the college center fully out of their own local tax dollars. So this center was built with about $30 million of local tax money and no state matching funds. So it's been really exciting for us since that time that the center has opened to work to try to achieve official center status. When a campus is designated as an official center at the chancellor's office, it's because it's invested enough resources at the center for it to be what's termed a full service educational institution. Students can attend that center and get not only their academic program, but they can receive all the courses needed to transfer to Cal State or to UC. They can receive counseling services, library services, student services, financial aid, tutorial, and basically a comprehensive array of services as you would at any full-service community college location. So for the last 3 years, we've been working hard to initiate that official center designation. Once you're designated an official center through the state chancellor's office, then you're eligible for state facilities matching funds when you do construction in the future. And you're eligible for an increase in your annual ongoing general fund when your enrollment reaches 1,000 what we call full-time equivalent students, or 1,000 FTES. So the Hanford Center has been gradually but steadily increasing its enrollment since we opened in 2010. We started with 400 or 500 FTES and are now progressing above 800 FTES, and we believe in the near future we'll hit that milestone of 1,000 FTES. That will earn an additional $1.1 million for College of the Sequoias through the Hanford Center. And we're really proud to announce officially that that process for application to the Board of Governors of the State Center Community College for the center status for Hanford was completed yesterday at their March 16th board meeting of the State Board of Governors. They took action, and it was a unanimous vote to officially approve the College of the Sequoias Hanford Educational Center as a state community college center. So that's our milestone right there. There are a lot of people that worked on this well before I was able to be a part of College of the Sequoias, and started this effort long before I had the opportunity to be here. So I want to turn over the microphone now to some of those folks, because many of you know we have a collaborative partnership here. It involves not only the College of the Sequoias, but Hanford Joint Union High School District and the City of Hanford. I'd like to take a moment quickly and acknowledge our College of the Sequoias Board of Trustees who have come out to be a part of this announcement ceremony today. I'd like to thank Board Member Greg Sherman and Board Member Earl Mann for coming today. Thank you, guys. I'd like to recognize our Vice President of Administrative Service, our Vice President of Student Services, who also for a period of time was the administrator assigned to the Hanford campus before we hired our first provost, and that's Mr. Brent Calvin. And now I'd like to introduce a couple of really special people who have worked really, really hard for this Hanford Center. First is our College of the Sequoias board representative who serves this area as your elected official, and you will all know his name when I say it, but he has a long history of contribution and service and support to Hanford, and in particular to College of the Sequoias. So it's my privilege at this time to turn the microphone over to College of the Sequoias board member, Mr. John Zumwalt.
Thank you. Well, what a great day, huh? The greatest achievement was really opening this center in 2010, which was a result of a lot of hard work from many of Hanford's citizens, too numerous to mention today. We did, as Stan said, we did it without any help from the state. We did it with our own efforts and our own money. Well, that changed yesterday. Future expansions will now be eligible for state financing, just like any other college or community college center. As increases for higher education demands occur here, we will no doubt call upon our citizens to help again. But next time, the state will put up their share as well. Also, the extra $1.1 million a year won't hurt a thing. I want to thank our partners, the City of Hanford and Hanford Union High School District. The efficiencies of shared infrastructure and the benefits of shared energy make a huge difference, perhaps the difference. Stan touched a bit on the hard work of our provost, Christian Robinson. I'd like to add Stan's name to that, as well as Jennifer Lacerna, our VP of Academic Services. They put in many, many hours, mostly after hours, which was way beyond what an ordinary human being would be willing to do. And their staff members worked just as hard as they did to get us to where we are today. The two board members that are present were introduced by Stan. I want to thank you, gentlemen, for support and providing the financial wherewithal to get Hanford where it is today. But it's time to look forward. We have nearly 900 full-time equivalent students here today. When I was a student at COS in Visalia a long time ago, the full-time equivalent students then were about 1,300, not a lot more than we have here today. Well, today in Visalia, we have about 8,000 or so. The property in Visalia is roughly the same size as the amount of property we have here in Hanford. In the future, if we build up instead of out, this center will eventually surpass the current student population of Visalia. Today is but a very important chapter in serving Hanford's needs on this site, and it will so for at least the next 100 years. Thank you for coming and sharing this wonderful day.
And now it's a privilege to introduce the provost for the Hanford College Center, who has worked really hard, very thorough, very passionate, very committed to Hanford. And if you know anything about the paperwork and the process and the bureaucracy that we had to go through to submit our application and then to respond to the Chancellor's Office series of follow-up questions and so on, they made one huge mistake in the whole process, and that was to challenge College of the Sequoias on its data, because they didn't know we had Dr. Robinson behind us generating all of that data. Suffice it to say, she won the data war with them, which is why we're here today, because she provided all the rationale that they needed to see in real numbers to make sure that the Hanford Center qualified. So our provost, Kristen Robinson.
What a day. There were days that a lot of us weren't sure we'd ever be here, but here we are. And, you know, as I look back I said this morning, it's kind of a surreal moment. But as I look back over the last several years, it goes back to Alex, who's our evening custodian, who said, you know, I've been hearing about getting center designation for 18 years. And those days are good to be able to hear that. But the staff, the Hanford staff, without them, we wouldn't be here. Without the students, we wouldn't be here. Without the Measure C committee that started in probably March of 2006, Mike and Neil, is that pretty close? Two of our three bond chairs are here, Neil Williams and Mike Robinson. The city staff, the police law enforcement advisory board, the faculty who have supported us, who I've said, can we just get a few more classes? Can we just add a few more students in our classes? All of you are what makes it here today. And from the students that get helped at the hub, to the faculty members, to all the other services, we wouldn't be here because all the 900 pages that we have sent to the chancellor's office includes the data of how we serve students here and the good things that we do. I just want to tell a quick story. Yesterday we were at the Board of Governors, and there was a student who was very articulate, very well educated. You could tell he knew his subjects, and we kept saying, man, he's really impressive. So Stan and Vice Chancellor Dan Troy get up to do the presentation, and he said, so they go through the questions of the Board of Governors, more than we thought might be, and this student trustee says, I just want to say that this area needs education more than anywhere else, and we all need to support this. And we were looking around, and his dad is the new superintendent at Pioneer. He goes to Willow. So anyway, it was fun that he had some firsthand knowledge of how important education is and how important educational opportunities are in this area. So thank you, all of you, for your support, your patience over the last how many ever years you've been affiliated with this project. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. You want me to introduce? And now it's my privilege to introduce Carl Anderson, the board of the Hanford Joint Union High School District, who's a partner on this project as well.
Hi. Thank you all guys all for coming today. This is a very exciting, very proud day for our community. On behalf of the Hanford Joint Union High School District School Board, the City of Hanford, and COS, this wouldn't be possible without our Superintendent Bill Fishbaugh and Assistant Superintendent Cheryl Silva. Really the backbone in our office getting this done in the City of Hanford. This is huge for our students. You know, this allows our high school students. We've partnered with COS. They are taking English classes to prepare them to go to college and take all of these classes to get them ahead of the curve before they even graduate from high school. And you know, right now we're on track to have a lot more money coming here, a lot more facility and classes. This has been a long time coming, and it's very exciting. I can't wait for our first student to be able to start here and finish here and get their degree. So hopefully that day will come soon. But this is a great day for our community, and I'm very proud to be up here today. And I would like to turn it over to Vice Mayor Dave Ayers to speak on behalf of the Hanford City Council. I think he was a part of this process even back before it was even a process.
I think I was. Yeah, Dave Ayers, Hanford High graduate, class of 71, COS graduate, 73. So, and it's a very proud day. It's been a long process, and I think we have to have a couple recognitions of some people here that we haven't talked about. First of all, Mr. Chin. Mr. Chin and I know what year it was. It was back in 2004, made a trip to Visalia and came before the Board of Trustees and said, you know, we've already lost 2 bonds. We need to do it again. We want a COS campus here. And the Board of Trustees said, great, we're on board. And that started the process for Measure C, which is really our 3rd attempt. We also put together a group of great individuals who was led by the Dream Team. Mr. Neil Williams, Mike Robinson, and Sue Sorensen, and a great amount of individuals that went out and got the public support and worked very hard to pass Measure C. And today, I think this has really started the fruition of the dream that we had for the access of greater education for our kids here in Hanford and Kings County. A lot of people would ask, well, why is the city involved with this? Why should we be involved with this? And my response is real simple. If you want to have a good city, you have to have a strong work base. If you want to have a strong work base, you have to have an educated community. If you want an educated community, you have to have access to community education. And one follows the other. And so that is, as a city councilman, as a citizen, that has always been our dream. And I'm really happy to see this again. Thank you very much for the hard work from the COS, Hanford High, and I think it's all going to make Hanford a better place to live. So thank you.
Okay, well, that concludes the official announcement ceremony portion of our presentation today. We're so happy that you could all be here. We're very excited about the future of the College of the Sequoias Hanford Center. Our official center status becomes effective July 1st of this coming fall season, and we're excited about that. As Board Member Zumwalt said, in the future now we'll have the opportunity to qualify for state matching funds for expansion of construction of facilities. And with some of the funding that we've continued to have from the residual Measure C and the interest that was earned on Measure C, we will be starting some planned improvements on the campus even before we get that center status. We'll have a tutorial center going in this summer, and we're planning a student quad area out just outside that'll include an overhang, a covered area, some flat work, a sound system, some lighting, some big screen, so that it can not only be a place for students to gather, like an outdoor student center for information, it can also be a venue for community events, especially when the weather is nice and we can gather, be able to set up a couple hundred there and tables and chairs. So we're looking to make contributions to the city and to the community that way as well. So again, thank you very much. Thank you for coming and being a part of this announcement and celebration with us today. And we would love for you to stay around and congratulate the board members and officials and join us for some cookies and punch. Thank you very much.